Hi, welcome to Cheryl's Home Cooking, and today I'm going to make my special 5-layer chocolate chip cake. And the ingredients that you'll need are 4 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 6 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 1 cup of shortening, 2 cups of milk, 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 cup of egg whites, and 2 cups of the semi-sweet chocolate. I'm preheated at 350 degrees, and then I'm going to go get my dry ingredients. I'm going to get my 4 cups of flour, my 4 cups of flour. Now I'm going to get my 3 cups of sugar. Now that I have my flour and sugar combined, I'll need 6 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. This is my 6th one. Now I'll need the 3/4. And 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. I'm just going to mix it slowly for about 2 minutes. So this way here, the sugar, the baking powder, the salt, and the flour is all incorporated. Now that my flour, sugar, and salt is all incorporated, I'm going to add the wet ingredients. I'm going to add 1 cup of shortening, get it out with the spatula. I'll add my 2 cups of milk. And 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Now I'll mix this for a couple minutes. Make sure I get all that shortening down in there. I'll put it on low. After this is all incorporated, then I'm going to add my 1 cup of egg whites, and it's approximately 6 eggs to make the 1 cup of egg whites. Now that all my dry and wet ingredients are incorporated, I'm going to add my 1 cup of egg whites. I'll mix this in. You'll mix it for about 2 minutes, and then every now and then shut the mixer off and scrape down the sides. You want to make sure everything's incorporated. And then once it's all mixed, I'll add in my 2 cups of chocolate morsels, and I'll mix that by hand. Now I'll mix in the 2 cups of chocolate morsels. I'm just going to fold it in. I'm using two 2-inch by 9-inch pans, the circle pans, and 1.5 by 9-inch pans to make my 5-layer chocolate chip cake. Now I'm going to spray my pans, and I'm also going to coat it with flour so the cake mix doesn't stick. I'll start with this one. Just make sure you get the sides and the bottom good. And I'll put a little bit of flour on the bottom of them and on the sides. So what I'm going to do now is pour the cake mix halfway . And just shake it. So now I'm going to place this into my 350-degree preheated oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. You'll see that the top will turn like a little golden brown. So I'll bake that for, like I said, 40 to 45 minutes or until it's ready. I'll check it with a toothpick and I'll show you. My buzzer just went off for my cake. So it's been 45 minutes, so I'm going to check my cake. Like I said, you can either check it with a toothpick and make sure it comes out clean, or I bought this fancy cake tester. And you know, you can hang it up, and it's similar to a toothpick. Here's with a toothpick. See, it came out perfectly clean. What I'm going to do to cool off my cake is I'm going to put my cake in the freezer to help it cool down, so that this way here it's easier for me to slice it to make it into my 5-layer cake. What I'm doing is using my sheet pan as a guideline. So I'm going to take my knife and run it back and forth, making sure that my knife stays above the sheet pan. Just rock your knife back and forth. And what I'm going to do is I started with the smallest one first. And I'm using store-bought frosting, and I bought 3 cans, 3 actually, it's plastic containers. They're 1 pound, 2 ounce each, so I bought 3 of them because it's going to be the 5-layer cake. So I put that one on the bottom of my plate, and I'm going to frost the top. I already had these 2 cut, so I'm going to take the one and put it right on top. So now this is my 2nd layer, and now I'm going to repeat the process with the frosting. You want to make sure and have the flat side up so that when the other piece of the cake is on here, that it sits flat. And that's your 5-layered cake. You can see all the 5 layers with the chocolate chips in here. So that's why I call it my 5-layer chocolate chip cake. Thank you once again for tuning in to Cheryl's Home Cooking, and I'll see you next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.